Let's get going. I got a few licks for you today, 3 licks. And the tune we're playing over today is a Rolling Stones inspired type of tune. Really simple chord progression. We're going from F sharp minor to D to E. So it sounds a little bit like this. So those are the basic chords. And the idea with each one of these licks here is that we're playing over the chord changes properly. So we're hitting the right chord tones over each one of those chords. We're playing licks that go with the backing track. So what I hope that you get out of this lesson is the basics of the lick and the technique to be able to play the lick. Maybe that inspires you to come up with something on your own, but also the musical understanding of why the licks we're playing work over the chords that are being played in the background. So I'm going to cover that as well. I hope you get both things out of this lick, out of this lesson, both how to play the licks and also the musical knowledge, because once you have the musical knowledge, you'll be able to take these ideas and make your own better sounding licks. So that's what we're doing today. The first lick goes a little something like this, and we play through it one more time so you can hear it, and then I'll break down how this fits over the chords that are being played in the background. So it sounds a little something like this. So pretty simple little lick, but let's analyze it and see what's going on here. So remember, the first chord is F sharp minor up here. And the first part of the lick is this. Well, let's look at these notes here. So we're first hammering up to the 7-9 on the 5th string. That 9 right there, that is the F sharp right there. And really what I should say is pay attention to the F sharp minor arpeggio that's in this position right here. So starting on your F sharp minor, on your F sharp note up here on the 9th fret on the 5th string, that's basically where this lick is coming from. It's coming from the F sharp minor pentatonic scale and that arpeggio. I'm using that arpeggio and that scale as my guidelines to hit the right notes here. So that first note, that's the F sharp minor. That's 7-9 on the 4th string. So, and then look at this note right here. This is the 6th fret on the 3rd string. That happens to be the 5th of F sharp minor. We're basically playing up an F sharp minor arpeggio with a couple notes from the pentatonic scale passing in between, right? That's the way you can think of it. Or just think of this chord shape. This kind of weird F sharp minor chord shape you would never play outside of an arpeggio probably, but that's 9 on the 5th string, and then you have 7 on the 4th, 6 on the 3rd, 7 on the 2nd. That's my little roadmap for the notes I want to play. So that's the first part of the lick. Sounds good together, right? Now let's move on to the next part of the lick. The next part of the lick we're playing over the D chord. And it sounds like this. E chord rather. I think I said D before. I meant the E chord. So obviously the main note of emphasis here is this 9th fret on the 3rd string. Well, that 9th fret on the 3rd string, that happens to be the E note. Right? So that goes with the E chord. So for that, I would look at this arpeggio right here. I would look at this scale position. I would either look at that from happening from up here on the 12th fret, you can look at it as starting from this chord and going up that way. But same idea, I'm using that chord and that arpeggio as the road map, and I'm hitting notes that are in that chord that happen to be in the scale as well. In this case, you know, the F sharp minor pentatonic scale. So that's the second part of the lick, and then the third chord, remember, is D. For this one, we do this thing right here. That's the last part of the lick, a little double stop slide up and back. Nice, simple, effective little lick that adds a little bit of texture because it has 2 notes in it instead of 1. Well, if you've ever played a D chord on the guitar, you know that this shape right here is most of a D chord. We're playing the 5th of D, the A note here, and we're playing the D note itself. It's basically a D power chord, you could say, right? The only thing we're not playing is the major 3rd. We're not doing that, we're just doing that. Other than that, it's a, you know, pretty obviously a D chord shape. That obviously goes with our D chord. So that's it. So again, we're paying attention to the lick, and we're paying attention to the sound that the lick makes when you play it over the chord that's being played behind it. So a quick recap of the sounds. And then over the E, and then over the D. And we play it all together, it sounds a little bit like this. Okay, in this next lick, we are using the same concept. I'm going to show you the lick and how it sounds over the chord behind it. In this one, we're using double stops, the Hendrix style double stops where you do this stuff. That type of stuff there, where we play these little double stop patterns within the chord pattern. Really common in the Jimi Hendrix rhythm style playing that a lot of people have emulated over the years. Well, your arpeggios and your chords are a really good roadmap for this type of playing. So let's take a look at, remember the chords, F sharp minor, E, and D. Now let's look at the lick. So this first one is over the F sharp minor. And look at the lick that I play. Well, look at that shape right there. That is part of the, that's coming right out of the F sharp minor chord. We have, we hammer up from the 9 to the 11 on the 3rd string, and we're holding the 10 on the 2nd string. Well, that 9, 10, and 9, or 11 and 10 on the 3rd and 2nd string, that's coming straight out of the F sharp minor chord. So if you just know your chord positions, your basic chords up and down the fretboard, your basic bar chords, that's a really good roadmap to play these Hendrix style of licks. That's all he's really doing. He's playing a little double stops that go along with that basic bar chord shape. So this obviously goes with the F sharp minor chord. Next is the E chord. Look at this lick. Look at the main notes there, 9 and 9 on the 2nd and 3rd string. That's coming straight out of the E bar chord. So And then the last part, D, the D chord, we're doing basically the same thing. You can even do the really similar lick to the last one. Hit the 7 and 7 on the 2nd and 3rd string. Or you could do a single note and just do hammer on 7 and 9, pull off, then 9 on the 4th string, and then 7 on the 3rd string. So, but look at that note we're landing on right there. That's the D note. Goes the D chord. So let's review the sounds. It sounds like this. Playing little licks that go perfectly with the chords that are happening behind them. So again, take this concept and run away and make your own licks with it. So all played together, it sounds like this. Okay, so for this last lick here, we're playing an F sharp minor pentatonic. This one, we're just kind of having fun. This is just a fun, cool, bluesy type lick in the F sharp minor pentatonic scale. We're obviously playing in the key of F sharp here, so this lick goes well enough. I'm not worried too much about the chord tones here. It doesn't land perfectly on the chord tones as the previous licks. This is just a fun lick to play, so hope you like this one. So the first part of the lick is this. That's over the F sharp chord. So on the 14th fret, I'm doing a downstroke, and then an upstroke on the 17 and the 1st, and then a downstroke to bend up that 16, a half step up. It's a great little 2-note lick there where you hit a note and then bend up a note a half step behind it. You can do it all over the fretboard and it sounds cool. Then we do some basic hammer on pull off stuff here. So it's an easy lick. It sounds hard, it sounds fast, but it's really not incredibly tough. We go 16, 14, 16, and then we do hammer on pull off 14, 16, 14. So then we do downstroke on the 17, upstroke on the 14. So and then bend up on the 17 on the 2nd string. Then we do a similar lick on the 2nd string. We do this, I'll play through it once. We're basically playing the same lick, 1 string down, but in the same scale. So 17, 14, 17, you can pick those or hammer on. Hammer on, pull off, 14, 17, 14. Then 16 on the 3rd string, upstroke on the 14 on the 2nd. So and then bend up finally on the 16th fret on the 3rd string. So all together it sounds like this. So the first part is this. in the second part is this. Makes for a cool lick, that basic little idea. So that's it. That's the lick. Let's play it through one more time at a slow speed.